Hello there and welcome back. How are you? So, you're joining in for another episode. It's been another week and some ups, some downs, and I really hope this week had more ups than downs. And for today's episode, I dove into my archives a little bit, so I hope you will enjoy this one. I actually really enjoyed writing this one, as it was actually a concept that kind of showed itself while I was interviewing someone for some research, and I realized that this is maybe a topic that we're overlooking. And this topic is all about your website. And do you really need one? So I think in today's day and age, the first answer would be like, hell yes, you need a website. Obviously, you need a website. Though, what's the question, Lindy? Um, but the thing is, do you really like? Have you sat down and actually thought about that? Do you really need a website? So I know for a lot of smaller businesses, they start out on social media, probably Instagram or Facebook, selling something, and then they grow from there. But a lot of the times, they're still in the back of their mind. They know that they will get to a website. They will need a website. If you are a proper business, you need a website. But then I spoke to a friend of mine who has a hair salon, and I was asking her about her business and growing her business and blah, 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 blah. And she doesn't have a website. And I was like, well, would you consider getting one? Kind of in my naive kind of thoughts, like the answer would be yes. She was like, you know what? It's too much hassle. It costs too much. I need to update it the whole time. I need to stay relevant, or I need to pay for to direct people there. No, I'm not considering to get a website. So the question I'm asking you today is, do I really need a website? Or more importantly, the question you're probably asking me is, do I really need a website? So hopefully by the end of the session, you'll know if you need a website. I think instinctively, a lot of us know whether we want one or not. But the big question is, do you really need one? So let's look at some of the benefits. I mean, websites are a highly, highly effective marketing tool. It is very efficient and cost effective if you compare that to an actual salesperson. So paying someone on a monthly basis to market your business. But if you have a website that's already ready and you have a bit of credibility built up in terms of search engines like Google or even on social media like Facebook and so on, you will see people are directed to your website without you doing anything. Now, obviously, that takes a bit of consistency and it can be years before it gets to that point. But websites also still require kind of constant maintenance. But I mean, in general, if you look at traditional marketing, let's say TV or radio or salespeople, then a website is a pretty effective tool. So, um, and consumers' behaviors have completely changed to adapt to the digital age. I mean, my grandmother of almost 80 uses Facebook and searches for things. I think she a lot of the times would go more on what her friends say is the best hairdresser, for instance, to visit. But she also, for some of the things that doesn't matter as high as that as hairs for her, she would be happy to just choose one and go there because Google said it's closest to her, for instance. So consumers' behaviors, even older people, has completely adapted to the digital age. And people would much rather Google the information of the company than actually phone them or actually visit them. I mean, I'm a proper millennial when it comes to that because I've literally been in the same shopping center and then Googled the movie times instead of walking to the movies to go check the times. It's just because it's so much easier. So, from that perspective, and I think I'm getting to a very, very important point. A website has become a tool to not frustrate your consumers. It has become a tool to ease your consumer and to ease of use so that they prefer your service. So we're in a day and age where it is not only that they need to search for you or that they need to buy things from you online, it is that if you frustrate them, they will go somewhere else. If you look at companies like your big companies, like your Facebook, Coca-Cola, and Nike, all of them pay for ads on Google. So that is to rank their website at the very top. Do you know, do you think that those companies, let's say Facebook, pays to be at the top because people don't know them so that they can do marketing? No, definitely not. They are paying to be at the top. Why? For ease of use. For someone like me who knows I want to go to Facebook, I'm not Googling to find out what is Facebook. I'm Googling to get the page. They are providing me with a solution and being ease of use. So if I know I'm looking for a company and they're on the third page, that will frustrate me. I will probably click on the first, second, and third options before I even go all the way to the second option, just because it's easier. We have become very valuable with our time, and to spend time on websites or searching for websites is a valuable time. It's waste of time if you can't find what you're looking for. So a website is not only a marketing tool, but it's also a solution to problems and to provide ease of use for your customers. So please remember that also. You can create a website once and you use it for years to come. Yes, you're probably going to tweak it here and there. When I'm saying that, I refer to smaller businesses rather than your larger companies, but you can generally use your website for years to come. And your website is a tool that directs people from all of the other platforms, your Google, your social media platforms, to come to you. It is without lifting a finger from their phone, they can find your company. What are you about? What's your goals and your objectives, and what do you stand for, and who created the company, and all of that in the end is a big marketing tool. So quite a few years ago, that wasn't as big as a marketing sale. You looked for the cheapest product and you looked for the closest product. But now I'm able to look on Amazon, for instance, for products all over the world. They're able to deliver it in a week, 2 weeks max, which means that you now have a bigger target audience because you are able to provide services and products for the rest of the world. So people have completely adapted, and they will much rather Google a company, and within seconds, the world of information is at their fingertips. Most consumers go online to find businesses, services, international businesses, advice, opening times, prices, literally absolutely anything you can think of is on the net. I heard someone else the other day has online courses for teaching you how to keep your own chickens at home. I would have never thought that that would be a thing. There's actually people that want to do a short course on how to best breed chickens at home. I think my daughter would love that, but I wouldn't love it as much if they wake up really early and make a lot of noise. And I don't think our golden retriever would love the chickens. It's always a good thing that there's a fence between her and chickens, so that's good. But let's quickly look at the 10 things that I've mentioned now, quite a few, but I'm going to reiterate them a little bit. But what are some of the 10 things that a website can do for you? So a website will give you online presence. It will help build trust with your current and potential clients. So your current clients will trust you if they can find you there, but also potential clients will trust you if they can see what you are about, see testimonials, see prices, and get a look and feel for how professional your business really is. you can get listed on search engines, which will make it easy for people to find you. I heard from a local printing company that they were very much amazed that someone drove an hour to find their shop. And when he arrived, they were like, "But how did you know about us?" And they're like, "Well, Google." And they wanted to know, how can we get more of those clients? Is it possible to get more of those clients? And I was like, well, you definitely need a Google manager with SEO, with search engine optimization, so that people can actually search for you and actually find you. So, so that's a little bit the older generation. But I mean, search engines opens up the world of possibilities and makes it really easy for people to find you, which means that you are providing them ease of use and less frustration. So point number 4 is you are becoming a point of contact when people need to ask questions. So a lot of people will ask a lot of questions about products before they buy. And that takes out the scariness of online shopping. So if I'm able to ask you all the questions I want about the product beforehand, and you communicate easy and effectively with me, that gives me a big indication of how your products will be. So if I, for instance, want to buy a dress online, I will make sure that if there's any alterations, will they be able to do that for me? Or I want it 5 centimeters shorter. Are you able to do that? And they will reply, for instance, say, yes, we'll make a note of it. So that is something I would have probably discussed with a salesperson in person. But now I'm able to do that online, which means that I'm not as scared to buy this dress online. So point number 5 being you can leverage social networks. So you can show them what your brand is about and then pull them in. So you're not pushing all of your content out there. You are putting them out there, not pushing, and you're letting people come to you. You're letting people resonate with your brand, see you on social media, decide if they like you, and then approach you, which means less sleazy marketing. I hate sleazy marketing. So always just be yourself and be authentic. And if you are on pages and have accounts on social media, then it's really important to show who you are and who your business is, because people do business with people. I've said this a few times. Even if you're a multi-million-dollar company, people do business with people. If they don't like the people, they don't like the company. So always focus on the people. So number 6, a great way to build your email list and to create loyal listeners or followers. So I think email list is one of the most underrated marketing tools out there. There's a lot of people that do not focus on email marketing at all, and it's one of the most important areas that you should be focusing on. It's the number one platform that people cannot take away from you, and if you have 100 email lists, emails, then no one can take that away from you if you got it legally, though. But social media, if Facebook disappears tomorrow, you lose all your followers. If Instagram disappears tomorrow, you lose all of your followers. You've got nothing left, which means that you start from ground zero. But if you have an email list, you can email those people. You can connect them to a different place where they can hear from you and see your stuff. So point number 7, customer convenience. And I've mentioned this now a few times, but they choose you over competitors because you make their life easier. You provide value to them. So your job is to provide value. Your website will hopefully provide value. So just giving them information is not enough. You need to be there for convenience. So if I have a hairdresser, then I can provide them information with how to pick the right style for my face. How do I choose the right color? How to take care of my color? All the questions your customers ask you in person, you can now redirect them to your website, although you can still obviously give it to them in person. But if you redirect them, it means that there are other people that will also find that information, meaning that if you see 10 clients a day, you can only give that information to 10 people. But if you have a website, the limit is literally unlimited, and you can put out all of your knowledge out there for the rest of the world to actually see, and you can serve more people. Number 8, it's easy access to new customers so that you can serve your customers where they are. So even if you're a hairdresser, which means you're probably very location bound, you can still provide a lot of value. And if in a year's time you decide, you know what, I don't want to do one-on-one clients anymore, this is really tedious, I want to teach. I want to teach new hairdressers how to do the perfect cut and the perfect color. Then you have loyal customers and loyal followers who will then be your advocates, who you can now send to your website to do online courses or buy some of your products if you decide to create your own line or own color or own brushes. And the possibilities for creating around your website and around your brand is almost endless. Look at some of the most famous companies and see how they've done it. So if you look at a brand like, and I'm going to show my true colors with my daughter here, but if you look at a company like Peppa Pig, I'm saying company, but a show like Peppa Pig or Paw Patrol, I mean, how much money do they really make from those shows? If you think of all of the fees, the labor costs, and all of the costs that they have, I'm sure that the profits that they make off those shows aren't very large. But look at how they are leveraging their brands. My daughter goes bonkers every time we get to the shop because there's dessert puddings with Paw Patrol on them, and then there's a Paw Patrol figurine inside. I mean, they make a lot more profit on those products, and that means that you have easy access to customers because you are able to send them to your websites. They are able to see more of your products. If you look at Rice Krispies, they, on their boxes, instead of putting gifts and stuff in their boxes like they did when I was younger, they now send you to their website and you can fill in your details, and then they will send you a personalized gift, which is really nice. And that way they can easily market to other customers and show tutorials, or I post a picture, say how happy I am with my personalized Rice Krispies gift, and they then share that, which means that my friends and family are now their possible new customers. So you have easy access to those customers. And even if you are a hairdresser, or there's very easy way to target those people that are in your area that will be close by so that your brand pops up. And then 9, you show your personality. This is so important. You want people to feel your energy and to feel the passion that you have for what you do, because in the end, that's what's going to sell more. You can only do so much with the statistics and doing all the facts and doing it by the book, but your personality, that is what will sell your brand, what will sell your business. And a lot of businesses that do not have websites or that's service-based, like a hairdresser, people come back for you. I mean, yes, they come back for your skills as well. They're not going to be happy if you chop off all the hair, but they're definitely coming back because they have a good conversation with you for the next 2 hours while they're there. So your website can actually pull that brand more and show the rest of the world your brand as well. And then the final one is your business will look more professional and modern. So if I'm looking for a company, so I'm, by chance, my daughter, it's almost her birthday, and I'm looking for cakes. So this is tough because a lot of people do this from home. So not all of them will have websites. But if they do, then I will find them more professional because I'm able to check their products. I'm able to see what they've done before, what quality they give, and that will help me base my decision of whether I will use them or not. So now that I've kind of given you all of this information, now the question would probably be, well, after all of this information, the answer is obviously yes, right? You need a website. Yes, with all of this information, online presence, marketing, building trust, be more professional. The answer is yes, you need a website. But now my answer will be no. So do you need a website? No, you do not need a website. That same friend of mine whom I asked about her company and the hairdresser, I was asking about the website, and she said, no, she's not planning one. I'm like, okay. She's like, well, I'm at capacity. I cannot handle more clients. I do not want more clients because I enjoy spending time with my family. I'm not planning on opening up a new shop. And a website would be kind of, it's not really necessary for me. I'm making the money that I want and I get to spend time with my family. And that's all that matters to me right now. So, does she need a website? No, she does not. She is happy where she is. And if she one day wants to grow, then she can do a website then. If you have a shop where you're selling physical products and you want to broaden that, do you need a website? Yes, probably. But if you're just going to do it in shop and you're selling food and what do you call it, like thuisgebak, like home baked goods or things, and you're just selling it in the shop, there's no orders, there's no delivery, then why would you need a website? Okay, so there's no need for that. So what I'm getting to is take a good hard look at your business, and not only what you have now, but what you want. So if you sit down and you have a clothing business or you're creating baby products, and you know you want to grow this into a really big business where it can really sustain your family, are you going to need a website? Yes, probably. So start thinking about that and start budgeting for that and work that into your schedule. Maybe do research. I have another post on content that you have to create for your own website. So have a look at that. But make sure that you do your research. And if you know you can't afford someone to build it for you, you have time to do that yourself. But think about where you want to end. And if you want to end with your shop being all yours, being your time, no extra fuss, then do you need a website? Probably not. But if you want to end with this massive business that's sustaining the whole family, and you can automate everything so that you don't have to spend a lot of time on it, and you can delegate a lot of your work to a website developer or social media manager, etc., then you need to start thinking about a website. So yeah. So keep those two things in mind, your business, your lifestyle, and see how you want to kind of interlink those two, and if you will have the capacity to do that. Even if you don't have a website, please go have a look at email marketing and make sure that even if you're just starting out with 5 clients or even 1 client, start building your email list, because the best time to build your email list is really like yesterday. So start doing that. But if you have your business and you're happy and you don't want to expand and you don't want to grow it any further, then stay put all of your effort and love and energy into all of the clients that you have, and give them the absolute best that you can give them without fussing about all of the rest. I will have quite a few more episodes on websites or what you need or your About Us page or even checklists. So do look out for that content, which is coming up in the future. But yeah, so that is me answering the question. If you really need a website, let me know what you think. Pop down in the comment section. Let me know if you think you really need one. Do you have one? What were some of your biggest struggles with your website? Because I promise you, I've had my fair share of them as well. So let me know what you think, and excited to hear from you. And thank you for listening to